brought sage incense today. More sage for your ascension. Let's see. Good morning. Hi, Marianne. I had to give this to my admins or they never see it anymore. Good morning. I got up kind of early because I have people in Australia that sometimes will stay up for me, so I had to get up early to do this. I'm just waking up. I'm ready for this storm. I want to talk a little bit about the energy today. I am actually off grid until I go to Stonehenge, which is like, you know, Friday and Saturday. I will be in Salisbury. So I am off grid the first half of this storm. I will be live for a real feed today. Tomorrow I am going to court, so I'm not going to be live. I probably won't be live Wednesday either. It depends on how much energy I get drained there, right? Depends on how much energy I need to use there. So I probably won't be live Wednesday either because I usually would take Tuesday off. They're killing me, right? I will usually take Tuesday off to do the things I need to do before I go. And so it looks like I'm going to visit a UK court. It's just must be on my bucket list, my dream itinerary, right? So I have that going on. I'm leaving Friday morning. I'm going to go travel across the United Kingdom by myself again. So I have a lot going on at once. I checked the stars though. I checked the astrology and I believe we have, I'm not sure, but I think we have a moon in Taurus tomorrow. You know, that's my sign. I have quadruple Taurus in my element makeup, right? And I checked P's astrology since he's the one going to court. It says the stars are in his favor that day. You know, I believe everything's written in the stars. Our whole past lives, Akashics, lives now, our futures. You know, I'm really into that. We may put that song up. You probably saw it because I've only been flooding Facebook for days with it, right? I put that Are You Waking Up song. You know the cops are 20 seconds in that came into my house with no warrant and no paperwork. You know, they told me on video they don't need paperwork and warrants because they work for the crown. Well, it looks like a free will standoff because I already knew they were coming. I already knew what was coming. The universe has me prepared. And I have energetic boundaries around my house. And I'm using my free will to say, actually, the cops were not allowed to enter my house. It was against my free will. They were not allowed on my property, near me at all. What they do with my husband is one thing. So it looks like we're going to have an epic battle between free will and these systems coming up in my life because I kind of made it clear that that is not allowed. They did violate my free will coming in my house with no warrants or paperwork. They did force entry into my home too. They did use excessive force on my husband. This would be the 4th time they have arrested him and used excessive force with no crimes being committed. Everything always gets thrown out. And use excessive force on video though, because we're smart. We grab the camera. We go for the camera. He recorded it every time too, so we have this stuff on video. So that video is 20,000 views and counting, or wait, what was it, 10,000? I gotta go look at it. It's got a lot of views. I think it's 10,000 views and counting right now. Let me go look. I put it on the cops' Facebook page too. I posted it at least 10 to 12 times. It has 10,000 views. I posted it on their Facebook page and I said, this would be your police force entering my home with no warrant, no paperwork, using excessive force on video. 20 seconds in, your officers. Just to make sure they saw it before they go to court. If they are to continue to try to impose their will on my husband if they're going to continue this. I'm about to get real loud on video about it too, because, you know, he's done nothing wrong. It is against anyone's free will to be denied access to your child in such an extreme way by the government. It's clearly against his free will, not something he wants. So, here we are. I've been recharging for like a week too, real crazy. So I just want to go take care of that real fast tomorrow. You know, I'm prepared for how it could go anyway. When you're dealing with these people, let's get real. I had an experience where, and I tend to stay in my own little world, right? I try to prefer to stay in oneness and love, if you know me, healing, right? Manifesting, you know, this kind of stuff just throws me off as a channel. That's why I'm ranting about it, right? So I prefer to stay in that oneness, right? I go into the matrix here, and we went to the mall. We go to the mall. What do I see? I see homeless people freezing on the street here while everyone is so into materialism, going into the mall and ignoring humanity while people are starving and freezing on the street here. I'm watching the third dimension go into more and more of an extreme state of separateness, right? More and more. We see these riots, these protests, which people are not paying attention to, but I really am. The universe has me watching, and I know it's so important. So we see them kicking off in places like Spain now. I saw the news footage from Spain, and it looks over the top. It looks insane. A lot of people didn't really like my video, but you need to understand people are at different levels of consciousness here. A lot of the UK is in that fear place of thinking. People don't understand that about Europe, that, you know, it's real extreme here when they have governments that tell you, we don't need paperwork. We can do what we want. We work for the fucking crown. Like, they look at me like I'm crazy. Do you think we need papers? Really? Do you think you need to be breaking a law for us to harass you? Clearly not. So it's really ridiculous to me, but you need to understand that's how this culture is. And every program around the world came from this one, this containment program, right? And so the people that live here, while the United Kingdom would love to rise up against its government, they're watching these protests and they're watching what's happening with France and other countries. They say they're very tolerant here. They're a little too tolerant, right? They're very tolerant, but they also have a lot of fear programming that has been passed down throughout generations with these systems in the crown and what it entails. Good morning, Catherine. Well, looks like it's a good day to go to court. You know what? I harness storm energy like you wouldn't believe. Like, it's what I do. I live for space storms. I rest up or I'm crazy. I use that energy, and clearly there are some mountains that need to be moved involving this child and this, you know, baby mama drama to the max. It's now escalated to government drama. I mean, you have to realize that my husband has accused these courts of corruption, and, you know, did a really good job of showing that they actually did break laws. That they actually did break laws, and that maybe their judges should be jailed or their officers for what they're doing. Valid points, right? Well, we know it's happening. You know it's true. So they don't like that when you are exposing them, or you're trying to, or you're making music about them and exposing them, or posts about them, or putting their bullshit out there. They want to do this stuff in the dark. Now everyone has a camera and can record and throw videos on YouTube, but you know that they don't want that ever. They were horrified when they even saw that I was in the house or figured out I was recording, because they had no idea. Conveniently, they lost all of their body cam footage, they said, by the time they arrived at the police station. They're like, don't worry, you don't need to record, we are. Then they're like, oh, we lost the footage. Really? There were 2 officers that told me on camera that they had body cams and that they were recording the incident. Because I would have loved to have seen the body cam footage of I was very far away, I was upstairs videoing it. I would have loved to see the cop body cam footage of them manhandling my husband. Would have loved it. We did try to get it. Good morning. I'm just purging on camera. I noticed a lot of people are purging around here to get ready for the space storm. It could be like a cold, ascension symptoms, just feeling emotional. I really want to talk about anxiety today, though, a little bit. I'm going to just be all over the place like my usual, right? Someone said our Reiki group is very intense. That just came in it like a new member. And I was thinking, good. Good, I hope it is. Because you guys are going to be feeling energy intensively. We have people on the wall talking about dreams. I have a crazy dream experience I want to talk about too. I'll just brush over anxiety. It is your body letting you know there is a red flag. A lot of people are just like I had a partner, a relationship, where I would feel anxiety off of them all the time, right? You probably would off the narcissist too, or any kind of karmic experience. It is a red flag to your body. So the problem is that people convince you there's something wrong with you, that you must have anxiety disorder. You must have something wrong with you. That your body is the best barometer there is. When I went to the cops' Facebook page, and I spammed them like anonymous style, right? I went to the cops' Facebook page and their post like gave me an instant anxiety feeling. Their post, I swear to God, I was telling my events, it like lit my skin up. If you get anxiety, it is a warning to your body, right? We should be listening to our body instead of masking these symptoms and covering them up. We need to really listen. If you get anxiety off of a person or a situation, it is your body letting you know that something is wrong. Instead of masking these things, we need to learn how to tune in on an energy sense. People are going to start feeling energy crazy if they're not already. Crazy. It helps to learn how the energy cycles work too, because then you can flow better with the storm energy, and you're learning how to flow with the universe and to create with the universe, and you need that energy behind you. So in my journey, it's been really helpful to learn how to navigate these energies. I am tuning into the subconscious. If we all share a subconscious, wouldn't we share a dream state? Yes. We would. We share a subconscious. This is an area that we have a very hard time accessing while we are here. I'm doing a lot of dream work. It's going to be amazing to dream tonight too. Last night of amazing dreaming. So I'm doing a lot of communicating with my subconscious and making it known that I need to access these memories. I need my dream memories back in full so that I can understand what is going on in this reality. I need that link. I need that connection. So it's been working really good, the stuff I've been doing. I had a crazy dream last night, right? And I'm able to store them so I can remember them. The problem is when you have a dream, you usually wake up and forget about it immediately. You need to recall that dream right when you wake up, or if you wake up in the middle of the night when you're dreaming, you need to view it with your conscious mind in order to imprint it and store it into your memory. So what happens is you wake up and you usually lose any memory that you have throughout the day and you can't remember it at all. That's why it's very important that we view it with our conscious mind. So I had this dream and Shelby's kids are in it. They tend to find me, these little space kids. And I already knew that they needed Reiki anyway, because I saw a post maybe a day or two ago, right? I'm real tuned in when people need me. So her kids are in this dream. Her kid fell through the ground, not bad, but like her foot went through like a hole in the ground, like there was a hole underneath. Turns out we were on some type of ancient site. Ancient site, and then it's like flash forward a few minutes and it's all uncovered. And it was some type of like native type of hieroglyphics. I was trying to remember them really good too with my conscious mind, because you know you'll forget it if you're not really thinking about it and remembering it. So I have this dream. I wake up and I go right to Facebook when I wake up, because you never know what could go wrong with these groups or what you could wake up to, right? So I do my usual, check my phone, and Shelby messaged me. Imagine that, right? So while Shelby's messaging me and I'm on UK time sleeping, I was already connecting to her and her kids. I have a really tuned in way to know that if people need me, I'm usually there in a other dimension telepathy type of sense, that I'm usually always around. So I've been doing a lot of dream recollection work. I could remember that all like so vivid right now, like it just happened now. So you really had to work at training your mind to recall these things. You have been subconsciously programmed that your dream experiences are fake. They are not reality. This is how the elite programmed us. They are not reality, and you do not need them in this dimension. So how we are programmed, we just automatically forget any dreams that we have. If you want to talk about oneness, that's where it exists, in that subconscious that we all share on every level. So when you go to sleep, you're tuning into the subconscious along with other ways, right? Our brains are running on subconscious programming a lot of the time anyway. That's why we have to become consciously aware, change our thinking patterns and things like that. So the dream state is powerful. It is reality to me. You are purging there, you are healing. Every time you go to sleep, you are doing powerful healing. And, you know, the same rules do not apply there. It is my belief that this dimension, when we keep losing density and becoming lighter and lighter, it will become the same as the dream state. And that the only reason that we don't see it that way is because of our perception of how we've been led to believe that everything is so dense and physical here and you can't do anything and we're limited, right? And you can't do anything, but you got to understand it's much like a dream state where we're already living. We're just at real dense levels still. Hi, Jeffrey. Fire it up. I'm going to go burn down the UK court. Yeah, I'm going to be calling on my admins too. We're going to be needing to violet flame this place. I think I might have to stage myself on video out front after just for dramatics or something, you know. My friend's talking to me about dump black salt all over the place. Yeah, I'm sure that would be a hit, right? I said, I have negative entity oil I will be wearing. She's like, what is that? I'm getting prepared. I just have this little hurdle I gotta do tomorrow and then I'm back to play Stonehenge. So what I am doing is I'm getting aligned for Stonehenge actually until I go. Like even though I'm doing videos today, I'm just pretty much working on Stonehenge. Like I've been recharging crazy too. Those people don't want to mess with me when we have a moon in Taurus and I'm just like, you know, I'll just plow it right through it, right? So we have some mountains that need moved. It's okay. I've had like 10 miracles this year. I'm expecting miracles if you know me. Expecting miracles. There's a reason I got thrown in the middle of this mess too, right? I knew it from day one. I did a lot of healing work on my husband. I did a lot of going into his Akashic, dealing with real heavy shit that I doubt people could even comprehend, like just crazy shit, right? And so I have a real good understanding. With me, I don't like change so much. I need gradual change. I can't just have the universe throw the crazy shit at me and not know it's coming. This is me. I'm hard to move too. The universe probably needs my compliance on a lot of things. So the universe always has me prepared. No one would listen to me when I said he was going to get arrested, but not to worry about it. That they would just take him and they could not hold him. They had no grounds to, and not to stress about it. Like I said, it's the government. What can they possibly do to us? Like really? What can they do to us? Let's get real. We are infinite energy. What can the government and their little games really do to people? I see a lot of people are facing court kind of stuff. Let go of fear. They count on your fear to manifest bad outcomes, that we'll do it to ourselves. All they have to do is go ahead and drill some fear into us, give us a stressful situation, and we will destroy ourselves with our thinking. Yes, I'm going to be using everything. The cops are for sure looking at my Facebook page. They will for sure be tuning into my live real video I do today too. I don't have any pressure, right? I don't have any pressure. My page probably looks like a terrorist page. I have weed and anonymous pictures like all over it too. I was looking at it. Vaxxed, anti-vaccine posts, weed posts, anonymous posts, right? Well, we made the cops Facebook famous. They should be happy. If I was them and I was in that video, I would be dying. If I saw all those views and shares, I would be like, I would be like, oh my god. But hey, that's just me. I don't really like when people put me in videos like that, but hey. So, we're doing Stonehenge. This is, and I've been getting a lot more information. I got so many downloads. First off, last time I was there, I was very interested in their history. And the connection with the people that had died there, the groups of people that have died there. I had a serious interest in their history. I saw crazy shit. I got so many downloads on it. Now, I've been getting more downloads because you know that it has a serious Elenian connection. And that, you know, we had a couple pole shifts on this planet. I don't know how many. We've had several. It is something that happens every so often usually. So these structures were built with thought. These were different places, Atlantis and Lemuria. There were high levels of consciousness. I tell people that if you were of a low frequency and you tried to enter the city of Atlantis, you would not be able to. You would get physically sick. The people that were not of a vibrational match to the city would have to live outside of it in places, okay? These were places where they were built of maybe like Stonehenge rock. They were built out of It was like rocks, but they used a crystal compound. So all of their buildings they were made of crystalline, like the whole city of Atlantis. These rocks were made by our consciousness group, I always say. We have a connection to everything going on here. We were those teachers a long time ago. So they were made out of a group of people coming together with combined intention and thought and creating these ley line structures. They say they're a couple thousand years old, these rocks. Science sucks. Science sucks. It's like, if you want to talk about misinformation, just go look at anything scientific, right? They are a lot older than that. They just say that because they have the same type of moss on them that they found in Wales. A lot of people will tell you, scientists, they must have been moved from that area. Not true. They are definitely Atlantean. We have a huge connection to them. They are their own library. They are full of so much wisdom that if you're even standing near them, you'll start to download real crazy. It is my belief that we knew what a mess this planet was before we came here. That we all got hijacked badly when we were asleep. Yeah, you know it. Whether it was love bites, bad relationships, people accessing our energy, whatever it was, right? There were many threats here. So we didn't just come here with all of the knowledge that we would attain. We hid it in places throughout the matrix. It's why a lot of people feel a pull to go to Stonehenge or Shasta, or I want to go to Tibet bad. Working on it. It's manifesting rapidly, as you know. So I want to go to some of these areas, and from my experience in California, I can only describe it like I was led there because I needed to receive downloads, package of information. When I had to meditate for a few hours. When I was meditating, I could actually view them coming to me and being transmitted in the form of fractals, sacred geometry, symbols, codes, things like that. So I had to receive information there. We would not have carried it all with us, having a fear that it could be hijacked and used by the dark. A lot of empaths are still giving away their energy to the narcissist, the negative energy. So, they're at risk if they're exposing themselves and their energy in that type of a way. Hi, Tony. Are you ready? This energy. I gotta get the calendar out, right? It's a mess. I need a new one of these calendars, too. I got like 5 calendars over here and I can't use any of them. Do my typical calendars. Alright, I just need a regular, calendar. I don't need a moon calendar. I can just use any calendar to look at the days. So, we are Monday. 1, 2, 3. Tuesday, Wednesday. The energy will start to hit. I work like the universe. Energy's my gift. I just kind of flow with it. Honestly, I could really care what happens with anything in my life. I'm just going with the flow. I always say the universe can use me in any way that it sees fit to do this ascension. So tomorrow, the energy is going to hit very intense. Lunar energy, and there's a ton of lunar ley line energy and solar energy that's about to hit us all at once, okay? It is very, very intense. It's going to affect our sleep state. I tell people to rest today. And tomorrow, if you can. Maybe you guys aren't even as energy sensitive. You might be able to rest tomorrow too. Rest as much as you can while you can. It will affect our subconscious states, right? It's going to affect our sleep state, our REM state, and our dreams and things like that. So I always say it takes 3 days to create an energy flow. The energy hits tomorrow. It starts to peak on Friday and Saturday. It will be at its peak. There will be a gateway that is opening. And this doesn't happen that often. I know they like to say 1212 is the portal and a gateway, and every synchronistic calendar number must be one. But you need the space storm energy to actually create an actual gateway. So they're actually a lot more rare than people like to think. While we do have a nice gateway almost every space storm, this is going to be a massive one. It is very important. We're in Sagittarius, the Archer. You guys need to be thinking of your desired outcome with what you're manifesting and pointing an arrow at it. Pretty much, they say pointing an arrow at it, right? Aiming at your intended outcome. I tend to have a lot of thoughts. My moon is in Gemini. I'm downloading all sorts of garbage that you wouldn't believe. Downloading court garbage as well, right? Just downloading a lot of stuff. So we had to really stay focused on our desired outcomes, because with these energies, it can bring up more kind of overthinking, crazy thoughts, purging. And so we have to be very careful if you're purging from the energy and releasing things, that you're not getting in the way of what you're manifesting. This is our time of harvest with this full moon, that we were supposed to harvest whatever thoughts you were putting out with that new moon a couple weeks ago. We will be harvesting now. This is an abundant time. The hella cash is about to start to flow with the storm too. So, you know, it's supposed to be the time of abundance. Now, I kept saying equinox every video last week. I put like 1 million equinox adds up. The solstice, the solstice, you know, hey, whatever. So we have the Capricorn solstice. We also have a full moon in Cancer. The next video I do, I'm going to go live today and take a couple days off to deal with, you know, UK baby mama court drama, family court. Can't wait. So, the next video I do will be before I go to Stonehenge. I'm going to video on Thursday, and then I'm off until Stonehenge. I'm off grid. So I'll do a video on Thursday going over the moon and what to expect for it. It is going to be a very emotional time. We have, like I said, a lot of water and fire energy hitting at the same time. Now, you know, I tell my husband that this will be the solstice where the goddess moon gives birth to the sun. Sound familiar? Yeah, in Egypt, they had a similar story. You guys should remember it. Osiris and Isis giving birth to Horus, and that's where Jesus came from too. I noticed a lot of similarity between their religious stories in different cultures, right? Well, you got to remember, a long time ago, people used to worship the seasons. You know, food. They would worship nature, like food. Like, oh, if we have a good harvest, then God is blessing us. Before they had the concept of God, right? That came later. They would very real worship the seasons and the energies and the things that we're getting back into. So you notice a lot of symbolism and similarities between their Jesus story. I mean, I'm not saying it's made up, but it may be. Who knows? Being tested. How about you guys are healers? If you are in my space, I always look at it like you guys are badasses. If you're in these spaces, you're probably feeling any ascension symptoms now or a couple days ago that you guys usually go through. If you're healers, your upgrades first. So by the full moon, if you're having, like, I had ascension cold, like sniffles a couple days ago. I saw P was sneezing last night. That's a detox sign too, right? So what is happening is this energy, although it's very calm, it is getting us ready for this solstice gateway. Doesn't matter where you're at in life, you're getting prepared for this storm. So I notice a lot of humanity is purging, mainly the light workers too. Now, a lot of people that are asleep are going to be feeling crazy while we're all vibing and feeling amazing by the moon, right? We'll be feeling great Friday and Saturday and vibing through the roof. These groups are going to be through the roof too. I can already see it. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be feeling great. But you know that as light workers, we have to help other people. And that the rest of the world will really start to feel it, come ungrounded, be purging on the weekend. So I noticed that we go through it first. What else fun did I do? I did some psychedelics. I saw Brittany was doing mushrooms on her feed with Adriana, and they were over here, and we were just all hanging out, like in the Amin chat. I was doing shrooms and reading the Amin's auras and eyes. I was doing eye readings. I love them. I tell people I can see extraterrestrials watching a lot of the starseeds from behind our eyes, that they watch us, they observe, that people don't realize that. A lot of people feel really alone here as starseeds, and you don't realize all eyes are on us during this time. I always tell people that your life is like an open book. People think they can just do whatever they want and no one's watching, right? Part of the problem, sorry, your lives are open books. This is an Earth school. Sometimes we incarnate here as starseeds and we will come alone. And there will be an entire group that is watching our journey and our experiences. So while I'm gaining knowledge here, there may be an entire group that is watching and learning through my lessons and my experiences on this planet. So it's no different than a lot of the starseeds. Good morning, I'm high vibe. Not today, Satan. I'm not letting the courts ruin my vibe. Guess what? We're playing chess, I notice, right? Like they make a move, I make a move. My move was that song. I hope they like it. They can go next. It's their move. They're doing court for their next move. They seem to be playing chess with us over here. It's very easy to anticipate their moves, too. So, people did not like my videos. Some people Light workers like to ignore the negative all the time, that we can't bring up the negative. Well, this is healing. It's messy business. I said that's what awakening looks like in Europe right now. And I know that whatever we put our attention on, you know, where energy goes, it flows perfect. I'm assisting with the revolution by focusing on it. And sometimes this might be needed for what's going on in this reality, because a lot of people are clinging to the illusion. They're not waking up. They're not trying to change. This is the evolution of humanity. We are going to reach it by changing ourselves. You're noticing you're evolving, that if you look at back a year ago at your Facebook page pictures, you should look much different. A lot of people don't want to change. They like the old. They're clinging to these systems and this way of life. I think it's important that I was trying to depict how the elite are destroying the planet. If you look at those images, and before we made another version of the video and it didn't save, but it really just still, and we had to redo it, but it puts things in perspective how a small handful of people, what is going on here, are destroying the planet on every level. We're seeing the earthquakes and the volcanoes go off now, that as they're making their moves, the universe is going to make a counter move, and everything is affecting everyone. If they didn't blow up fucking Syria, they wouldn't be crying about all the immigrants needing to be relocated, right? Everyone didn't give a fuck about Syria, and all of a sudden they care about the immigration problem. If they didn't blow up a country with so many people living in it needing to relocate, we wouldn't even be having these conversations. So we're seeing this stuff has a domino type of effect, that you can't affect one country in such a crazy catastrophic way and not have it affect every country here. Good morning, Rosa. I love your new hair. Hi, Francisco. I'm just doing my usual. I think I'm system busting the UK government. I'm not really sure. At the same time as Stonehenge. It's perfect. I keep asking the universe to turn up my lessons, please. All I do is Ascension. I'm ready to do this. So I noticed last time I went to Stonehenge, they made their strategic move then too, right? They like to make their moves when I'm at Stonehenge and doing stuff. Very calculated. Yes. I hope the cops like the video. Make sure you guys share it more. I've been flooding Facebook, but I think I need to join some more groups or something. I'm mainly flooding my own groups, if you know me. Share the video. It's on my page. So, yeah, we're gonna go light up the courthouse with violet flame energy. I can't wait. Clearly, these places need a good purification. I was wondering how many people got hanged in these buildings. I wonder how many people got killed in the same buildings. You know that they have a lot of ancient history here in Europe, and they have the same buildings from the beginning of time. It's kind of like the Middle East. I mean, it's turning into the Middle East. I feel safer when I lived in Israel than I did in the UK, but hey. So it's kind of turning into the Middle East too, but they have a lot of the same buildings from like real ancient times, these courthouses that we're going to check out. So yeah, I did shrooms. I was hanging out with Francisco and the other admins, and it was a blast. I loved it. I saw Brittany doing them. I had to really like plan it out when I do them anyway. I'm downloading the same whether I'm on them or not anyway, though. I always try to tell my husband this, that while it did, I was real stressed out about like all the stuff going on with me. Can be stressful. I really had to do a lot last week too. People have no clue about, so it can be stressful. While I told my husband, he doesn't like them. He called them drugs. He called them drugs. I went to his mom's too, and she was asking me about the cannabis because she told me that it's probably not a good idea to have weed all over my page with the cops surveilling us. And I'm like, this is me. I have a Cali medical card. Weed saved my life. Weed saved my life. You want to hear about it? And then whatever. So we're talking about this stuff. I said they're not drugs, first off. It's against my free will to be telling me that weed is illegal, because you cannot, according to the Constitution, regulate spiritual practices. I think it goes right up there with Reiki. Just in my reality, I told her that. I said if they want to harass me about that, they're getting ready for a fight. So, whatever. I don't really care. This is me. Take it or leave it. I ordered a big bag of black salt. I'm gonna salt my front door for fun. Since the cops don't take my energetic boundary seriously. I saw this video last night. We watched the craziest like sci-fi shit, and it's some kind of magic shit gone wrong, right? And the guy is like in the middle of the black salt and the witch couldn't get him. So we're gonna black salt the doorway too for fun. I was gonna salt the whole house too at one point in time, but we can't ignore the negative. We need to say no. That's what they want. How was it when we were asleep? We ignored everything going on with the governments, and look where we ended up. That's what they want. That is the new age psyop that they have drilled into these communities, that if you ignore the negative, that it will just go away and dissipate. Well, if you look at how when we ignored it when we were asleep, it just grew out of control, and then they just continued to do worse and worse things than what they wanted. So here we are. So we can't ignore this. While you don't want to manifest more of it, you want to be manifesting things you want in your own individual reality. We need to be observing these events as they unfold. We are standing witness to the future of humanity being born, and it's very important that we are observing these things and saying no. Not in my reality, not today. We're going to Stonehenge. Not in my reality. I'm cool. If you are dating someone or married to someone or thinking about dating someone, keep in mind you will absorb all of their lessons and karmic patterns when you have sex with them. Yeah, too many people are too comfortable with the one-night stand notions, not understanding you might have sex for what? A night? And absorb a lifetime of issues, traumas, whatever that person is carrying, right? Pain, anything like that. So it's very important that we understand these things, that we're merging realities with our partners, with our families, with the people that we're learning with on every level. And it's very important that you guys are understanding that when you have a partner or a marriage or a relationship, those person's lessons are going to affect you on some level. I can't be sitting here in this house doing what I do and clearly not have that colliding with me in my reality. So a lot of people are not aware of that, and they're having sex with the wrong people, and it's really affecting their spiritual path too. Your body is a temple. It is a home for your soul. It is where your astral body and your soul tend to dwell. A lot of people become disconnected from those etheric or astral bodies, or even your soul can leave your body and split off. A lot of soul fragmentation is happening here. We need our bodies very clean. It is a house for your soul, right? So if you have a lot of chemicals and toxins in your body, it's probably not going to be good for your soul in whatever regard. There's a serious connection between our body and our soul that people are now starting to realize, that if you have a sickness, that it's going to be some type of spiritual type of, soul type of issue as well. More treating your body like a temple. We don't understand sex as a DNA exchange. I'm just gonna get graphic here. Hopefully the cops are watching too, right? They can see what I'm teaching. Okay, let's get graphic. You have sex. Even if the guy isn't coming in you, there is an exchange of DNA occurring. It's a powerful exchange of DNA if you think about it, right? You're not only fusing your energy into one, you are exchanging DNA. Yes, into each other's bodies. It's very powerful if you understand DNA and things like that. So I have a lot of people complaining about their relationships to me now. They don't understand that your energy is the same as you're seeing in your reality, that as your partner. So if you think your partner sucks and their energy sucks and they're low vibe, then yours does too now. We absorb their energy on every level. I had a lot of problems coming together in this relationship. I've never cried so much on the Reiki wall, or even doubted where I was in my path so much, or what I was going through on my lessons. It made me sick to have sex. When we first had sex the first few times, it made both of us very, very ill. That my energy was at a much higher frequency. I'm doing a lot of purifying and detoxing, so when we came together, it made him instantly start to purge. I've never seen someone purge so bad ever. I had a lot of compassion for the people that are waiting to do this work and having to play catch up to get where we're at with it. So it was making him sick when it was giving me every one of his blocks. So I would absorb every one of his blocked chakra issues, energetic blocks, emotions, heavy shit I was absorbing and having to transmute. I've never purged so much in my life, as we were doing this cleansing, purification kind of process. People have been taught and programmed to take sex very casually. Look at television, please. A lot of it's done with celebrities, where they show on the magazines they have a new partner every day. breakups, marriage breakups all over tabloids, magazine covers. So-and-so got a divorce. So-and-so is going to court over these kids. So-and-so has a new baby mama. And they just try to really casualize sex too. Sex is powerful. You're either opening lower portholes if you're having low frequency sex, or if you can get your energy to a certain place, it can be very spiritual. It can be powerful. It can, you know, if you're having sex with the right person in a love space, it can open all your chakras and be similar to a very deep meditation. That energy is powerful. Like we said, this is a war on love. They want you separate. What do they hate? Love. Love brings you to oneness in whatever regard. It's a war on love around here. You will absorb their energy and everything about them. Their programming, everything about it. So a lot of people don't understand the narcissist is probably a negative entity manifested into your life. We can't always see everything for what it is. So if you're having sex with a negative entity, it will make you like that. It'll break down your programming, your mental programming. You'll absorb all of their programming too, right? There's a danger in spending too much time in other people's realities anyway. We're meant to be creating our own here. So when we're just always in someone else's reality, and I see that happen, a lot of people go like from relationship to relationship and they're always living in someone else's world. They're never creating their own too. I'm so annoyed with the twin flame label after the weekend. I'm seeing it do more harm than good. That's why. That's why. But these are meant to be spiritual concepts, not I'm drawing this person who merged me like a one-night stand and called me back 2 months later for sex. I think this is my twin flame. It is I'm cheating on my husband though with this guy. And all of this shit I see on these posts, it's just like, oh my God. And it's keeping people in this awful state with their relationships, and they're not seeing it. This concept was meant to be the highest spiritual attainment, where you actually liberate from the matrix, you complete yourself as a whole, and you heal every aspect of yourself, becoming whole, and you come together with another. It's almost like meeting God incarnate in love, but so many people are seeing that flame or that soulmate in one person and not in everyone. Not the whole universe. That's a lot of the problem with where we're at. You should be seeing oneness in everyone, seeing that everyone else is you, another incarnation, aspects of God, call it what you want. So many people can see that in one person and not everyone. You're not going to come together, something I learned, until you're healed. For that ultimate spiritual union. You need to be healed completely. So many people are broken, and they're getting broken people reflected back that clearly are not good for them and are even worse for them. And they're like, this is my flame, this is, you know, and then I'll try to talk to them and they will not see it. They'll just resist. And I get it. I get people have to see it on their own and do this on their own. But it does a lot more harm than good around here. It really does. Part of my journey is to dismantle the labels that I got real used to using too. It was something I was getting trained in before I left for California. So a lot of times these labels are doing people more harm than good. Yeah, and you know that this is karma. If you're cheating on your husband, I said it's always bad. You're not going to draw anything but another karmic partner that way. People never will see that. It could be, you know, the universe trying to lead your soul along, but it's not going to ever be the person you end up with. It would never happen that way. This universe operates on karma. This is about us getting back to being godlike. Yeah, godlike, yes, where everyone says we're God, but no one's godlike yet. This is about us embodying that and getting back to that on every level. A lot of our lessons were centered around our moral compass. I said humanity needs their moral compass re-gauged around here. A lot of our lessons centered around re-gauging our moral compass because we got indoctrinated into thinking, you know, this is the way the reality is. You can justify everything with the Bible. You know, all this egoic programming. So a lot of it was a readjustment of our own moral compass. Your choices are affecting where you are in your reality. Every choice you make, everything's a choice. These are tests a lot of the time, right? Tests, I always say, tests to see what you do. We need to make better choices if we want better realities. If you're having sex with someone that's having sex with someone else, Iris, where's she? She needs to listen to the twin flame rant too, because it's good for her. Something different, but it relates. I'm going to page summon her. We're summoning her. If you're having sex with someone that's having sex with someone else, you're having sex with that other person too, and all their problems and baggage. And if you're having sex with multiple people, or a partner who's having sex with multiple people, it can be very confusing for your aura and your energy. It really will muddy it and like do crazy things to it. Sex is an energy fusion on every level. We can become powerful that way. I always need love with my mission of any kind. I have to have love because it makes me much more powerful in what I'm trying to do. That you need love. And when you can come together, merging polarities such as the divine masculine and the divine feminine, it's very powerful in whatever regard. We need to see everything as divine love. It doesn't matter what you want to label your relationship, the narcissist, the psychopath, the soulmate, the twin flame. It's all very spiritual. So, start to see God in everyone. Yeah. Start to see the problems that you see in other people as your own. It'll really help. I know there's a dissonance between that. I don't act like that. I see a lot of people doing some epic shadow work here because I can tell by the empath group and all the people crying about the narcissist and their relationships. That is shadow work on deep levels. Oh, we're talking about love, sex. I don't know, I'm just kind of rambling. I'm going to smoke this and get off and do a real video. I'm going to have a crazy audience today. I told you I anon spammed the police page with my real account. So I'm sure I'll have a lot of viewers on my feed today too. Hi Jessica. I should do some writing on the spiritual sex topic. Usually people aren't ready for my truth over here. I try to censor myself a lot of the time. I get it. A lot of people aren't ready for this kind of stuff. A lot of these spiritual communities have been built around that twin flame label. Yes, we need more spiritual sex talks. Sex is powerful. Seriously. I see a lot of people that too though that are not discerning because a lot of people are looking for just sex in that 3D reality. And I see it happening with a lot of the people. This is my twin flame. They called me after 4 months and they wanted to come back for more sex, right? Like it looks more like a booty call. Some of these posts I see and I'm just like, are you serious? You just sat there waiting for 4 months for some guy that fucked you once to call you back and you're calling him your twin flame like it's God incarnate treating you like shit. This is not it. I'm just like, oh my God, right? So this is what I see from my perspective in trying to assist people. So true. Respect your energy. I'm crazy about it. Trust me, don't think that when I'm single I don't have a lot of people hitting on me or whatever, right? I'm crazy about it because I understand that if I'm having sex with someone, I'm giving them access to all of my energy. I've only been working for years on my energy to perfect it and fine-tune it and rebuild my life force energy after that awful narcissist love bite, which was like more like a high-ranking demon that accessed me and my energy and drained me and almost killed me, right? So, you know, I spent a lot of time repairing my body, building up my life force energy. I'm not about to throw it away so someone can fuck me and access everything I've ever worked for. We need our life force energy to heal ourselves, to heal others, to manifest, to create. That's why when people are in those kind of relationships, their entire reality falls in. They get sick and stuff starts to go, you know, downhill fast because you're getting drained and you need that life force energy. So I'm real crazy about the topic too. We're trying to get back to spiritual purity on every level, like a spiritual purity. I'm all about, without the twin flame label, the sacred marriage concept. I'm all about alchemy between souls, and a lot of this stuff, because it's a lot of what I do already, on every level. So you need to understand that when we have sex, it is a merger on every level, on a soul level, on a physical level with our body, on a mental level. We're going to absorb all of their programming, their energy, their fucked up programs, their childhood pain, their traumas, whatever it is. So a lot of people are picking up a lot of baggage having sex. My other problem is people don't know how to cut cords, so they could be having sex with a person one time, and that person could be draining your energy for 20 years if you never, from afar, never talking to you. If you gave your energy access to the wrong person, it could be draining you and making you sick in the now, because people don't realize this stuff, that we get corded to having sex. Chi is sacred. So please, hi Philip, we're talking about sex and the cops today. Oh my God, so I go to their Facebook page since you're on here, and they definitely saw the video. They deleted all 12 of my comments, but they did not ban me, clearly so they can surveil me. So they'll for sure be watching my real video today. No pressure, I got this. So, we'll see. Make sure you guys share that video out too, it's going great. That's my move. That's our move. They're gonna make their move with court, but I bet we'll checkmate them, because I said every time that anyone's ever tried to jack me up, the universe always moves me out of the way real fast. And anytime they make a move to come against me, the universe blocks that move. We've been through it many times. Can't wait to see how this goes. What could go wrong? We're talking about how my whole page is anal and weed pictures too. Alright. So, sex. It can be used as a way to level up or level down. We can level down a lot faster than we can level up. I do it all the time, right? I might antagonize the cops or make anonymous clips or whatever I'm doing. Hey, I understand that I level down real fast if I want to go on those kind of tangents, right? A lot faster than I can level up. You know, we can just drop our energy levels all the way down. It's real easy to be negative and low vibe and to level down. It's harder to level up. So, you know, be aware of that your sex life could be helping you or it could be hindering your spiritual path. A lot of these relationships are the way they target us too, unfortunately, mostly through love. Less through the governments, I see it happening with my husband, but less through those means and more through love and coming into our life, and not as they appear, right, and accessing our love and our life force energy. So, you know, sex is supposed to be spiritual, a form of making love frequencies that are powerful. It generates one of the most powerful energies in this entire matrix too. It is a Kundalini energy, which is, you know, the force of all creation. Can only be here a few. I'm going to get off in a few anyway. The problem is people saying they're just doing these jobs for a fucking paycheck. If I hear that one more time. That's the problem, that people are letting the government gauge what is right and wrong, and these people know this shit is wrong. When that cop was here, please, I was like talking to him like I would a bad 5-year-old, and he was looking at the ground and the floor and the wall and anywhere else. They know this shit is wrong. That's why we see the police in cities that are removing their gear and refusing to do their job or quitting their jobs. That's part of the problem too. I'm just doing my job. I work for the crown and I'm doing my job. It's not my problem. Go talk to the courts and putting it on someone else, right? We can't do the right thing. We're doing our job. Maybe someone else will along the line. A big part of the problem. It's okay. Me and Sherry got the UK by ourselves. If needed. We got this, right? So, my big problem is that I feel we own the rocks. They stole the rocks. They plundered the entire world. We're going to the British Museum too. Fun things I'm planning as soon as it gets warm. I got my own like entire 6 months manifested if anyone needs me, right? Like the cops. Sorry, I'm busy. My whole shit is already locked into a timeline. Okay, so we're gonna go to the British Museum. They have big fights over with other governments saying that the UK robbed them, that the British government came and stole all their artifacts and plundered their countries and they want them back. They still have debates about it to this day. I think we know that between the Queen and the Vatican, they have every artifact ever that's important, right? Like, I would love to see their basement too. So, they have a big British museum here. I love going to do like museum stuff because, you know, objects hold energy. These places were of much higher levels of consciousness. Egypt was a 4th density place, so it wasn't clearly as high of a level as consciousness of Atlantis and Lemuria and places like that. But they have the Sumerian tablet kind of stuff there too. They have a lot of Sumerian stuff. And you know that these ancient places would hold this ancient, powerful energy. So I'm excited. I'm going to go film in there too. Film and run around, play crazy on video. So I'm excited to do that too, because I think we know the Queen would have all of the artifacts buried here somewhere in the UK. So I was Googling it. I found the British Museum with the Egypt Sumerian stuff. We're going there too. So these rocks were built by our consciousness group in Egypt. I mean in Atlantis. Sorry, I keep saying this too. People will probably be like, this girl's crazy. No. I call myself Ra. That is the name of our consciousness group. It's also seen in a lot of texts too. The Law of One talks a lot about that, and other places too. This would have been our consciousness group that has such a connection to these. I look at them like they would have been taken from a structure in Atlantis that they would have been made of the same type of construct. So they probably have a lot of crystalline energy and frequencies embedded in the way they used to build things. It may have been from a temple. So I'm real excited. I want to go. I heard this woman was described as like the Indiana Jones of spirituality, and she was like going and trying to excavate places in Tibet and places around the world that are like my dream. And I think it's kind of like what I want to do too, go play like excavation. So I'm even having dreams about it, because in my dreams I was uncovering fucking ancient sites with Shelby's kids last night. So it's even coming into my subconscious. The things we're doing in our reality consciously are reprogramming and seeping into our subconscious, which programs all of our experiences in our reality. Yes. They act under the crown. They don't need paperwork or fucking warrants. You know what? They're high as fuck, because even with their paperworks or warrants, I made it real clear I don't want them near me or my reality or this house. And I live here. And I'm not doing anything wrong. So it kind of is against my free will. We shall see how the universe deals with this free will infringement going into their courts. I can't wait. I have a tendency. My energy can be very powerful and crazy. Like if I feel the need. Usually I'm just in chill mode and hanging out, but I could have real powerful energy. Like if I was to yell at someone or something, I had to be careful with my words too, like more careful than most people. So I tend to have a crazy energy too. Indoctrinated robots. Yeah, they need to wake up too. I think we're going to the court just to wake these people up. I swear to God too. Like, swear to God, you know you can't collide with me and not have it affect your energy. I have people that come to my feeds and they watch a feed and they have this rapid awakening. Or like, suddenly their whole world starts changing all crazy or whatever. They can't just collide with us and have no impact energetically. This house is so lit up in the violet flame. I can feel the energy and I can sense it, right? And when I was on shrooms, my husband was making that song, okay? And he came upstairs, and when he walked in, he was in the most crazy purple light, like crazy violet flame lit up, because you know we're putting crazy energy in that music too. When he makes music, I love it, because he's generating this crazy energy. Like I was in the living room for like an hour hanging out while he's making music, and the energy feels so crazy, and it helps me because I'm trying to flow energy here too. And so when he's doing the music, and I'm doing the Reiki and the healing and sending energy out, it creates a crazy powerful energy. So when he walked in, his whole aura was like lit up, insane, violet flame. We already have the most spiritual energy in this house. I like to not only treat my body as a temple, but my house as a temple. I'm always having I want like a Tibetan temple vibe here, right? No different than you will walk into a very spiritual temple kind of place or something and it would feel the same. I'm doing very spiritual work here. So I need the energy a certain way. I had to work for months to transform the energy in this house along with my husband to get it up to frequency to where I needed it and purified enough so I can do my healing work here too. I'm doing some of the most spiritual work in the world here. And so I know that when you walk in this house that is so lit up in the violet flame, it's insane that you will feel the energy. Our energy is making people uncomfortable that are asleep or that have deep healing issues that they need to work on. Our energy is going to trigger a lot of things in these sleeping people that are clinging to the illusion, because our energy is much different. Like when I went into that mall and I'm walking by all that separation and fucking poverty, people sleeping on the street and freezing to death, and people don't give a fuck, they're just going to get their fucking clothes or whatever at the mall, and I'm in this state of separate, and it's like I level 500, like I just had to get back to my house and oneness and love and where I'm at, residing in the higher dimensions. When I go into those places like this core, all I feel is my heart chakra hurts. I feel deep separation when I go into these situations and have these encounters on whatever level. So this house, you couldn't get any more spiritual energy than walking into this house. I'm telling you, with the cops, they didn't want to come in the house. You could tell that they were trying to drag them out right by the door, and that they didn't want to come in this house. They were very uncomfortable trying to enter this house. Even though they did force entry, they were trying to keep that as close to the door as they could. You could really tell too. Make your house sacred. I want to do crystals too. We're gonna get some rocks from the Stonehenge. I might get arrested for stealing rocks and smoking weed there, right? Because I'm for sure gonna smoke weed there too. So I'm really excited. We're gonna get some small rocks too. I'm gonna add them to my crystal collection, and you know that will really bring up the frequency too. Anyway, just because they do a lot of crop circles over there too. There's a huge extraterrestrial type of influence that goes on over there, because these are crazy gateways, portholes. They could lead to other realities. Someone time traveled there. They do have a documented case from the 70s where someone used that porthole and time traveled and got sucked into another dimension and never came back, and it was witnessed by an entire group of people. So it's kind of a powerful energy. I'm really excited about it too. I think that when we go back in the summer, that we might see a crop circle, because of when they do them, if you pay attention to the dates. I think the last one they did was summer solstice, so like literally we'll probably end up seeing one. I'll definitely see a crop circle when I'm here in the UK. I've heard people say that they go near them and the frequency will either completely heal you, or if your service is self, it could make you really sick. There are reports when people get real sick that were like real service to self, probably not good people. Teleportation, I definitely didn't come back the same when I went there. I didn't come back the same. I even lost friends, as you know, Sherry, and my timeline started to really change when I went there. And I know that gateway, when you stand in the middle of those rocks and you're in that crazy space storm energy, that you can use it to slide to other timelines. You can use it clearly for healing, activations, all sorts of uses, just like a space storm. The thing is, you need that crazy storm to activate the rocks to make them working and operational. It doesn't matter how much they try to build a highway under the rocks, move them around like dominoes. They've been moved around a lot. It doesn't matter what they do with them. They hold the ancient energy, and they're really, really powerful. So I'm excited. They put me in an extreme state of bliss. I kind of have a lot of anxiety going on with my extreme states of euphoria and bliss about going to Stonehenge. I just have a lot going on at once until tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to clearing all that. So I'm really excited about this though, but I definitely didn't come back the same, even though the cops came here. I'm grounding my energy traveling across Europe back home, and when I got here, the cops that came and harassed my husband, they kept harassing him before they arrested him. And I didn't think it was a coincidence that they came while I was gone to Stonehenge either. I don't do coincidences, sorry. So I kind of had all that going on, but it puts you in an extreme state of bliss, like I can't even describe. I had people that did the activations last time, and they will really recharge you crazy too. I don't know, you can't get any more of a powerful recharge than that. When you're there, it's almost like if you get the chills from hearing something real spiritual or seeing a synchronicity, when you get that Emily, my friend, calls it, the girl who does feeds, the truth bumps. She says she gets the truth bumps when she talks to me, where her whole body will be like chills, to pay attention, real tuned in kind of energy. And it's like that, but on large levels, that you're freezing there, will be freezing. And that you're freezing even if it was hot out, with that wind and that energy, it makes you real cold chills. You can't get any more spiritual divine energy than that crazy influx of ley line energy that feeds the entire planet. It's just such a powerful stream of energy. So it feels so crazy, even when people aren't there during the space storms. It's always windy. When I see videos of Stonehenge, the wind's always in the background. So you know that when we go for the space storm, it's even crazier energy. I can only describe it like an insane recharge. We didn't sleep last time, the night before, and it didn't matter that I was up all night. I was feeling crazy energy recharge. I don't even know, but I'm excited because I'm going to be doing a lot of content in this group and my Reiki group. I'm going to be flooding Facebook with video and pictures and things like that. And you guys connect to me a lot. You're watching my videos, so you guys should be more connected to me than anyone a lot of the time, because you're tuning into me, you know me good, whatever. So you guys can tune into me easy, and since you can tune into the rocks real easy too. After I got back from Stonehenge, I did the worst video there, as you guys know. It was too wet. And I was watching that video while I'm doing my job and working. I kept putting it on every day for a recharge, and I was, tuning into the rocks, but it's not just the rocks, it's the rocks during the crazy, you know, space storm energy at that perfect point where it's like a peak in the storm. And so it's a powerful energy that I could, you know, look back on and use too, and draw on that energy using my video content, which was pretty awesome. So I'm really looking forward to it. If you guys need me, I'm just sitting over here making my activation list. I'm not messaging you guys back. You guys already know I'm just going to find you Friday, but long before the activation. So what will happen is I'm getting my train ticket today. I'm going to take a train to the Salisbury area, which is real hard to navigate. I had a lot of train issues last time. It was really hard to navigate. Sherry needs to bring some blankets and towels because I'm bringing my backpack, and you know, like my devices take up half my backpack already. I had to pack real light. So like literally she'll have to bring this stuff. I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna get in the Salisbury area on Friday. It will already be the peak of the storm. You know I need a space storm to probably jump timelines to get to Stonehenge too, right? We can't just go there on a trip. I need to jump timelines from where I'm at. I'm probably in a parallel reality now after my timeline jump coming to the UK, and I'm not even exaggerating when I say that. So I'm gonna have to make a timeline jump to get to Stonehenge. I will arrive on Friday at the peak of the storm because I'm using this gateway to do this crazy mission. And I'm going to be posting a lot so that I can stay connected to people, right? And then you guys will know when we're going to the rocks and what time they open, because it varies. It's very early in the morning. You guys will love me if you're on Cali time or Australia time, because it's going to be the middle of the night. So, you know, we stay up Friday night and then we go real early in the morning, but it's the middle of the night. So it's good for Lisa and other people for once, right? And I'm going to be doing a lot of content there though. So I'm really excited. We're not just going to go to Stonehenge. I always forget the name of it. I think it's Woodbridge or whatever it's called, the other rock structure. I think they're having a party there. These are parties. They're festivals. So not only do they have the crazy space storm energy, they have people drumming with the music and singing and chanting, and some of the most spiritual people gather there too, right? The people that are going there, I always feel like at home too. I gotta wait real quick. I always feel like I'm at home too with all those crazy spiritual people everywhere doing Reiki. I gotta put this out because I'm gonna forget to bring the hood, Sherry. I keep on telling my husband, can you remember the hood? I gotta bring the red hood. So I'm bringing the red hood. So I'm so excited though, because it's like the craziest energy. When you can get a group of people there together in any one place, it's powerful energy. Unfortunately, with the protests, they're just generating a lot of low frequency negative energy that's affecting all of consciousness, right? But when you can get together with people for a positive purpose like that, and everyone's there, you know, doing energy exchanges with the rocks and with each other and sending Reiki out, it's just really amazing energy. It's like I've never felt more at home in these places. So I'm so excited to go. It's a crazy vibe with the music and stuff, with the rocks. It's pretty amazing. They've obviously been doing these kind of ceremonial rituals probably from the beginning of time. I love it. It's just the most insane vibe. I'm gonna get off of here. I'm gonna have to put this on my video. The only reason I'm doing videos is because so I can promote our activation we're doing too, because I'm supposed to just be off until I go. So I am gonna do my video today, my video Thursday, and that's it until I go to Stonehenge. But if you guys didn't know, I'm doing my, well, you should know, I'm flooding Facebook. I'm doing the Stonehenge activation, but I'm doing any class attunements too. I have a good list of people. I'm fucking thrilled about it. I never just go anywhere for fun. I'm gonna go work there, and I'm really excited. That's what I like to do. So I have a good list of people. You guys can sign up on my site or just let me know or whatever. And any of the classes, you can do an attunement. It doesn't matter which one. And so you can still sign up until Friday for this stuff. If you guys are trying to make it work or thinking about it, until Friday afternoon, you guys can still sign up for either a class or an activation. I'm thrilled to be doing this. I did that last time. It was such an incredible energy high, not just for me, for the people that I was working with. That list, it was fucking epic. So I'm real excited about it. If you guys need a recharge or have an ascension symptoms, you just want activated, my big focus is connecting us better to the ley line energy, because you know we have this amazing natural energy we can be accessing, especially as we're building these new grids. And then I have a huge focus always on heart chakra and third eye activation. So I'm really excited about it. If you guys are trying to do that, you guys guys know where to find my link or me, right? Just sign up on the site. I'm making the list. I got it expert level organized this time, even though I didn't need to last time. I'm like real organized too for this trip. I got like the real gear to wear. I got like the heavy duty rock climbing gear, and I'm real excited about it. So I'm very organized. If you guys are trying to do that, sign up by Friday afternoon so that I have enough, you know, time to know that you're doing it or whatever. I'm gonna get off here and find my cards. More sage with this energy storm. I'm gonna try to figure out a way to sage the outside of the courthouse for fun afterwards, just to make a political statement, right? Like the girl saging the police. I'm gonna have to video at least me saging myself outside the court or something fun like that. I'll try to remember the sage. Sherry or Nicola, please remind me in the morning, because I forget. I'm like, if you guys think you're losing your memory, you're meant to be. Nicola knows. She's like, I'm gonna tune you at 7:30. I was like, can you remind me right before that? Because I won't remember. And a lot of people think it's like a bad thing, like you're forgetting your memories. But let me tell you something, we're in the now. We're always thinking about shit that happened 5 minutes ago or an hour ago or things you need to do later. You're not gonna be in the now. So it might feel like you're losing your memory. Good. I am, for sure. Sherry, remind me about the sage in the morning. I tend to forget things, and I think it would be a good political statement like Tommy Robbins. The courthouse rants or whatever. I think I need a 5-minute video with some sage to make a statement, because for sure cops will probably be going in and out of the building and we'll see it. I think it'll be great.